absolute certainty about who we are and the rules for engaging in life. For the people of Patmos, for the people John of Patmos was writing to, life was rough, it was tough, and it was gritty. Rome ruled with brutality. Jesus was not the only crucifixion. Brutality was their weapon, and it produced fear. Fear among the people was rampant. Life was not good, and all they had to look forward to was death at the end. Believers in Jesus needed hope to survive. And so this John gave him a vision of heaven to pull them forward and to make their life a little better. Now, many of our hymns try to do the very same thing. One day, we will all meet with those saints who from their labors rest, as we just sang. One day, we will gather at the river of eternal life. And of course, we all want to be in that number when the saints go marching in. Many of the songs we sing and the hymns that we sing deliver the same message of John, pulling us forward with hope. These images make us, lift us from the sadnesses of life and make us face each new day with a sense of joyful expectation. And you know, the worse our lives are at the moment, the more we need that kind of hope. I like the words of the first lesson. I think John's vision is a nice one. It's not mine, however. I like the no more sadness part. I like the perfect climate part. Yeah, Boulder likes perfect weather. But for eternity, I want to be doing more than standing in one spot waving a palm branch. Will you? Our friend, Dr. Harold Schlottenhofen, spent a few days with us this week. This past summer, he spent 5 weeks in Romania helping to rebuild and restore a church that was built in the 1400s around the time of the Reformation. While he was there, the Wartburg College Choir, Wartburg is one of our Lutheran colleges, the Wartburg College Choir came to give this concert in a huge cathedral. For the concert, the choir was assembled all up in the front of the church, and the director stood down in the center and led them in their singing, which is all a cappella. They do not use musical instruments, organ, piano, guitar, nothing. It's all you hear are the voices of the choir. For the final number, the choir moved from the front. They left one line in the front, and then the choir moved up the aisles on the outside, surrounding the congregation. So you had choir this row, choir down there, choir here, and the leader in the center. And the selection was called Just Give Me Jesus. The music was beautiful, is beautiful. Starts soft and gentle, sweet. And then it grew louder in intensity. And then finished softly, almost gives us a vision of hope that pulls us forward. We need this. Secondly, in the letter from 1 John, talks about who we are. I don't think I have ever had an identity crisis. I've known who I was from the time I was little. But many people do try to figure out who they are. I might just be lucky, I don't know. But even so, as good as my identity has been formed, I still like it when someone affirms me. Language is a flow. When I read that second lesson, I got affirmed again. You know, from my youngest memories, I have known that I was a child of God. My mom, my Sunday school teachers, my aunts and uncles, all reassured me of that news and seemed to see something in me that reinforced the idea that God had his eye on me. Which probably helped keep me out of trouble. If, as parents, we can do one thing right, it is to help our children develop healthy self-images. You know, it takes courage and confidence to live a full life. And those who have those qualities stand a better chance at it. We were in the potato factory, what do they call it? Potato warehouse. They have a bunch of those funny signs. Those real funny signs that have some truth. One says, life is difficult. No, life is hard. Harder if you're stupid. It's harder if you don't know who you are. Children of God, children of the Heavenly Father, someone God cares about. And knowing that is a lift that those who don't just don't have. One of Jim Sorensen's favorite hymns was Children of the Heavenly Father, which we'll sing right after the sermon. If there is one thing, the thing that the saints of God know, it is that they are children of God. So, first we have a hope that pulls us forward. Then we have an identity as children of God. And finally, what I call the rules for engaging in life. So important are these rules that are called the Beatitudes. I call them the rules for engaging in life. So important are these rules that they show up 3 times every year in the church calendar. This is the gospel lesson 3 times every year. The very religious Jews in Jesus' day, maybe you've seen pictures of them, wore a little, like a matchbox, leather matchbox on their forehead, strapped around with a leather strap. It was called a phylactery. And in that phylactery, they placed some haughty, or arrogant. Simple. Blessed are the poor in spirit. You don't go around acting like you know it all. Maybe you have. Blessed are those who mourn. If you have something to be sad about, for goodness sake, take time to be sad. If you take time and know that sadness is part of your life right now, it'll pass more quickly than if you try to deny that anything bad has happened. Okay? Paul got shook up yesterday, didn't he, Paul?
Yep.
Something bad happened. Paul got his truck crashed into, taken to the hospital, the other driver taken to the hospital. This is an interruption in our life that causes a certain amount of sadness. We'll get over it. But my golly, right now, today, you know, it's like you got whacked. And it'll take a few days to heal. Blessed are the meek. What did Jesus mean by blessed are the meek? He meant those who are cool, those who are steady, those who have the demeanor of a emergency room doctor. And they say, but they must stand their ground calm and steady. Blessed are the meek. Blessed again are those who are not know-it-alls, who still learn and are open to whatever is coming next. Blessed are the merciful, who have a heart and some empathy for others. Blessed are those, happy are those who thrive on good thoughts and keep cynicism and sarcasm to a minimum. You know, you tell me something, I say, yes, you are right. That's good, from my heart. Yes, you are right. And then there's a cynical, yeah, right. Yeah, right. Blessed are those who keep cynicism and sarcasm to a minimum. Blessed are those who get falsely accused and are not destroyed. Man, have you ever been falsely accused? That is one of the worst things that happens to us. Had it happened to me twice in my life, and it wasn't fun. But it's part of life. Know these things, Jesus says. Live these things, and your life will be blessed, and the kingdom of heaven is yours. So, seems like I missed one. Blessed are those who get hurt helping others or pursuing righteousness. You've heard no good deed goes unpunished. Just because no good deed goes unpunished, it does not mean that we should